Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am the Crypto Crow, and I'm going to be doing a few different things today. I'm going to be going over some cool stuff with Cardano, and other things. I've got a lot of different news. You know, I've talked in the past about some of the stuff going on with this election and how it's been kind of bothering me, and some people are like, stay away from politics, Crow, stick with crypto. So it is what it is. I always express my thoughts and the way I feel about particular things, and I try not to get a little carried away, but you know, nothing slows me down. Nothing's gonna stop me from expressing my stuff. Legendary Crow. I appreciate that. That's cool. So looking at Bitcoin, we're still getting a bit of a play out. I mean, we're going sideways. We're looking here at a daily chart, and I've been saying for a while that I was expecting a pullback, and some would say that the pullback in November, I guess we got like a little bit of a 17% pullback right about here. And that was the pullback we're waiting for. I'm not sold on that. I think, we're either going to go up or we're going to go down. We are definitely concluding a channel this week that we're either going to break up out of or break down through. So we'll see how that plays out, but I'm not making any significant swings or trades or anything like that, because it could go either way at this point. Although typically when you enter, when you're making a bullish incline in price and you go into kind of an accumulation pattern, typically the price is known to break up out of that channel during a bull cycle. So we'll see what happens, but some of us were definitely looking at and waiting for a much bigger breakout to the upper downside. I was looking for a much bigger breakdown to the downside. And hey, mother truckers, what's up, Don Cardano? ADA on Mars. No one can stop me from buying ADA, neither my wife. That's funny. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I bought another 183,000 Cardano. I spent Ethereum because some of the paid stuff that I've been doing recently has been they've been paying in Ethereum. I've got a paid promotion today at the end of this video. It's actually pretty interesting. It involves an eSports token called GLHF. You might want to stick around for that. I'm going to be kind of going through it slowly. It's not going to be I'm doing this all live, so this isn't a produced video. I'm going to be going through the website, their Medium, and explaining kind of what's going on. They've already sold out of their first round. Their first round was yesterday. I think it's sold out. I got a note because this video was supposed to be yesterday, but they missed the deadline and the video for yesterday was already out. But I think they sold out of the first round in like 20 minutes or something. Like it was crazy. So, I'm not overly familiar with the esports world, but I'm realizing it's a pretty big business. Like this is a big deal. So it might be worth checking that out with me towards the end of this video. But one of the things that I wanted to point out, Coinbase's web traffic surges 64% month over month as exchanges see 158.8 million visits in November, which just coincides with a lot of what I've said. Back in, oh gosh, how many months ago was it when I basically said, like, a lot of people were talking about we were going to have a big dump in October and in November, and I went back and I said no, I don't see a dump happening just yet. And I kind of broke down. Those of you who watch me consistently know what I was saying and what I was talking about and what I showed you, and I was dead on accurate. So if I don't know or I don't feel strongly about something, I don't typically say much. But I was pretty adamant. Like, no, we're in a bull market. I think we're going to go up and accumulate in October. And November is going to be solid. Here we are in December, and this is when I would expect us to get our dip. I expect our dip because it's Christmas time. People are going to be cashing out profits to buy Christmas presents and prepare taxes and everything else. So if we're going to get a dip, that big 40% correction or anything like it, I see that happening this month, and then we shoot back up in November or in January, or just prior to January. But we'll have to see. I mean, we'll see what happens. But I think January is going to be a big month. I do. Whatever happens in December, I think January is going to be a very big month. So according to the data, Binance saw 44.74 million visits in November compared to 31.46 in October, a 42.2% gain. Coinbase drew in some 37.48 million visits in November and a 64% gain compared to October's 22.86 million per similar web. I always forget about that resource. I need to bookmark that and start using that, because that's a really good resource for information, especially when you're kind of going over like fundamental analysis for altcoins. Similar web is a good resource for that. I used to use it. I just forgot all about it. So a lot of the exchanges have just been booming over the month of November. And, you know, we've seen that volume. I mean, we've seen that price action move us quite a bit. Now, you know, in terms of where Bitcoin's at now, it's currently trading at like 18.9. We're just kind of bouncing around here. But if we see this, if we look at this channel, we had this bullish uptrend, we have this channel here, and we're about to peak out at that channel. I mean, it's about to be over. So we're going to have to either break up or down through it. Most likely. I don't draw the lines. I just look at it. I can see plainly what's happening here. If it helps some people, I guess I'll do it roughly. It's pretty simple to see. So, you know, there's that. And then you've got this whole bullish trajectory up here. So if we just look at it very simply, we're closing out of this, and we're either going to break down or we're going to break up. It looks like we want to break down, because that's a pretty significant wick here. Man, that line's thick. But that's a pretty significant wick here. And I haven't even looked to see what a lot of the like trading view traders and a lot of those guys are putting out. I have to assume it's something like this. Obviously my lines are very crude. It's not exact or to the wick or to the tops of the candles or any of that stuff, but it's just to kind of give you an idea. This is what we're looking at. And once we get here, I mean, we're looking at, this is a daily chart. So, tomorrow we might find out if we're going to break up or down out of this channel. So we'll see what happens. But I think even though volume has been increasing on a lot of these exchanges, I think that's a lot of retail investment, new money that's buying up what a lot of the long-term hodlers and those at profit are selling off to buy Christmas presents. But I could be wrong. For those of you that missed yesterday's video, you might want to check out Crow Trader, because DCA is finally live. We've gone through like 6 beta phases, and you might want to check that out. Crow Trader, it's looking pretty daggone good. I've been running a 5-tier DCA on my ADA trades, and I really wish I could trade on the bot with like a Cardano base pair instead of Bitcoin. That to me would be a lot of, that would be really, really cool. Yeah, that Crow, that line is thick and long. Yes. So many jokes. Celsius, any thoughts on the platform? Are you kidding me? Celsius is just crushing it, and they're going to continue crushing it. Don't you think Theta is going to be bigger than Cardano? No, I don't think Theta is going to be big. I mean, listen, some of this stuff is perspective. Is Theta going to be a great platform, I think? And does Theta have the potential for their technology to be adopted and utilized by a lot of the big players as we move forward? Yeah, I think it has the potential to be really big. But you're comparing a kind of a you're talking about a platform that operates video on another blockchain. No, there's not really, in my opinion, there's no comparison. When Goguen launches and everybody sees and really starts to grasp the full magnitude of what Cardano is, because honest to God, I think some of you guys still don't get it. I really don't think some of you guys get it. I know that you're buying it and you're accumulating it because you see a lot of people are bullish about it, or you've seen me, be bullish about it now for 3 years. And I don't mean to sound insulting. I just don't necessarily, when I see questions like, don't you think Theta will be bigger than Cardano? I'm like, you just don't get it yet. But you'll understand. And it's not that I'm not bullish on Theta. I think Theta is a great platform, great people, great everything. but you're kind of comparing apples to oranges, in my opinion. And apples might be great, but the oranges sometimes taste better. And I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But no, I think Cardano is going to absolutely wreck the market. I think it's going to crush the market in a lot of big ways that people weren't expecting. So yeah, folks are not DYORing. Do your own research. That's what you got to do. Now, first ever DeFi on Cardano announced by Project Catalyst, introducing Liquid. This could be interesting. Launched earlier in 2020, Project Catalyst is focused on funding and promoting the hottest Cardano-oriented blockchain initiatives. Input-Output, HK Software developers shared an update of Project Catalyst's progress and disclosed its 2 flagship products, from dApps to DeFi on Cardano. In its latest Twitter mega thread, Input-Output HK announced that the first ever community referendum with $250,000 in ADA will take place very soon. Thus, the most promising early stage products will receive funding to bring their ideas closer to mainnet. In the tweet, we'll be soon inviting the community to register to vote, kicking off the first ever public Catalyst funding round. An initial $250K worth of ADA will be available for building the best idea, and that's just the beginning. Can you imagine? Because like realistically, folks, $250K worth of Cardano right now, how much it's going to be worth a year from now? I mean, that is just crazy. Throughout 2021, further rounds will unlock millions worth of Cardano to fund development. From content to community resources, dApps to DeFi, Cardano development will accelerate, powered by a creative, empowered, and well-funded community. Exciting times. That is exciting. Charles keeps telling me I should submit ideas to this stuff, and I'm like, I'm never going to get anything. Like, it's not, stuff like that just doesn't work out for me. There are much better minds, much better, like, I don't know. I have something that I'm working on that I've been thinking about for quite some time, and I do want to develop it on Cardano. I sent this stuff over to my developer, and I've expressed it to some people what we're doing. And there's another project out that already kind of works, and it's similar, but it's not in the vein. It's not the way I want to structure it and have it developed. But ultimately, I want to create something. I think the Crow coin, whenever it does come out, I think the Crow coin is going to be something that enables me. So like if I do a paid promotion and they pay in Ethereum, I can take 20% of that Ethereum and I want to be able to just send it to a smart contract address and it's distributed throughout all of the token holders. And the thing of it is I don't want to do an ICO for it or any kind of crowdfunding. I just want it to be like an airdrop. And so that people that watch my channel religiously and they engage my channel and they're subscribed and they hit the notification bell and they hit like and they post comments and stuff, those people have a vested, I want everybody to have a vested interest in the success of the channel. And not only that, but if you take it a full swing ahead, you know, the way I'm looking at it from a business perspective is it's almost like shadow ban insurance to some degree. Because if everybody has a vested interest in the channel, not just mine, but any other influencers out there, and some of these companies decide, well, we don't like this guy, we're just going to get rid of him and turn him off. Well, now you've got thousands and thousands of people blowing up, you know, customer support, whatever, because they just lost money too. So now if you empower the people to generate a percentage of the revenue you do from paid content on a YouTube channel or anything, whether it's Theta or like whatever platform they're on, now the public has a vested interest in making sure you succeed, that your videos do well, that you grow. That enables you to earn more revenue from paid promotions because all of your engagement, your views, and everything is up. And it's kind of it's like a community-driven economy, and that's ultimately what I'm trying to build. I want to build a platform that empowers that and enables that. If you like that idea, let me know in the comments below. And you know, because I think that could be a really big deal, and I honestly think it could change the way influencers monetize themselves across the board. I mean, kind of a profit-sharing thing. The thing of it is you You can't crowdfund that kind of thing. You can't say, well, I've got all these tokens and you go out and buy them, because then that makes it potentially a security depending on the utility of the token. And if it pays out dividends, well, I don't think something like that exactly is going to, it needs to be an airdrop. So, yeah, so we will see. Together we stand. I really like it. I really do want to do that. And that's kind of where I'm heading. I want to try something like that. So today on December 8th, Project Catalyst starts its Festival of Ideas. Oh, and another thing. If you guys, and not in the super chat, but if you guys want to win one of these wallets, I'm going to give another one today. This will be the third one. So if you guys want to win one of these, in the super chat, there is about to be a link I'm going to post. Let me go and find it real quick. Where are we at? I'm going to be messaging somebody in the Telegram group. When I start giving these away, or I'm ready to start shipping these out, there you go. In the super chat, you're gonna see to the right of this video, you're gonna see a link to my Telegram group. Join that Telegram group, say hello, let me know your thoughts on this video, whatever. And when I go through and I start picking all of the winners from all of the stuff I've done over the past several videos, and I'm gathering up, because I want to do it through Telegram, so I can just say, hey, need your address or whatever, so I can ship this to you. But that's how I'm going to do it. So if you want to win one of these Apollo Cosmos wallets that are sick, actually, they're pretty sick, join the Telegram group and I'll let you know. All right, moving forward, I can see people already joining. There you go. Good call. Good call. I want to build this community back up. We had almost 10,000 people in the Telegram group in the last bull market. And I was really active in it, and it's died so much. There are only like 2,300 people in there now. And it's time to get that built back up, because I really did like engaging everything, but there's just, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Now I'm trying to find my notes here on some other stuff real quick. That's the beauty of being live, is that everything is a little crazy. But I do think you guys are going to like these wallets, because they're pretty badass. All right, the first one is Liquid, a pioneering DeFi product built on top of the Cardano ADA blockchain. It promotes itself as Cardano DeFi lending markets and offers instruments for non-custodial liquidity provision. Like existing LP environments, it will allow its users to earn on their idle liquidity. Another flagship release of Project Catalyst includes Workshop Maybe, a unique educational ecosystem focused on Cardano decentralized. I wonder if this has anything to do with what they've been doing in Africa and teaching people development over there. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Next steps for the ADA community. New ideas will be released by Project Catalyst day by day. Also, its team is certain that in the coming year of 2021, many more referenda with millions of dollars in ADA equivalents will be organized to bootstrap the development and adoption of Cardano-focused products. So that's actually pretty cool stuff. And then if you look here, the Cardano roadmap, I've learned they've started updating this pretty consistently. The latest update's December 4th, so just 4 days ago. And you can kind of go over some of the latest updates on what they've been doing. Cardano decentralization, Goggen's the one I'm most interested in. Last week, the Plutus team added some applied validators and monetary policy scripts to the emulated node event log and worked on Plutus use cases scripts. They also added a rate reset filter for static contracts and began work on an initial proposal document for extended bystring built-ins. The Marlowe team fixed an infinite loop problem with the JavaScript editor and spent time reorganizing the web common code. The chain.eval element was renamed to chain.state, and the common gists module was split into types and views. They also implemented automatic contract execution for the simple Marlowe deposit and timeout contracts. So that's pretty cool. Now, this is actually some big news, because I have some perspective on this that I wanted to share. And then I've got a little bit on Snowden, and then we're going to move into the GLHF token. Now, institutions will protect Bitcoin from government overreach, says Eric Voorhees. Bitcoiners should embrace institutional adoption as it keeps everyone honest. Institutional investors will play an important role in securing the future of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, according to Eric Voorhees, CEO and founder of Shapeshift.io. In a panel discussion at this year's LBRY conference, Voorhees said Bitcoin's adoption curve will grow substantially over the next 5 to 10 years. Well, no shit. In that time, Voorhees estimated that half the world could have exposure to Bitcoin. He believes that mass adoption will occur much later, however, once Bitcoin becomes the global monetary standard. The panel was virtually unanimous in the view that Bitcoin is better served with entities of different persuasions buying and holding Bitcoin. In this vein, institutional adoption is a net positive for the ecosystem because it ensures that the rules of the game never change and that governments don't try to interfere. Voorhees said governments have a greater incentive to censor Bitcoin if it's used primarily by retail investors. Is that not a kick in the pants? With large institutions in play, there may be a natural bulwark against government overreach. That is so telling on so many levels and actually so much scary at the same time. And it almost goes to prove what so many of us believe. Regarding Bitcoin, Voorhees noted his belief that the greater the mix and diversity of holders, the better. Before continuing, democratization of control over money is the essence of Bitcoin. Although Voorhees says we are still in the very early stages of institutional adoption, 2020 has been a watershed year for the digital asset in terms of orthodox acceptance. Major investors like Paul Tudor Jones and Stanley Druckenmiller have confirmed their stake in Bitcoin, while PayPal and Cash App are buying up most newly mined Bitcoin. The supply is going away. The supply is being bought up by the major companies right now, folks. This is going to change the entire game as this market continues to unfold. Meanwhile, digital asset manager Grayscale continues to amass Bitcoin and Ethereum amid record inflows into its funds. Bitcoin is experiencing a supply shortage that's occurring almost in lockstep with the latest deflationary halving event. With supplies capped at around 900 Bitcoin per day, institutional adoption appears to be having a positive impact on price discovery. In Voorhees' view, the real surge in institutional interest will occur near the peak of the next bull market, when not owning Bitcoin will inflict reputational damage. Higher prices are no issue for major institutions, many of which are waiting for Bitcoin to catch up to their liquidity, according to Voorhees. So basically what this is ultimately saying is that they expect Bitcoin to end up becoming more and more protected as more institutions get into the space, so that the regulations end up more of a level playing field as opposed to something that knocks down this guy in favor of the other. However, what I think, and this is something I was thinking about late last night, and I'm like, man, I gotta write these thoughts down sometimes because sometimes I forget by the next day. Something tells me that there will be some sort of rug pull on the market to the deficit of retail investors. And by that I mean, once a lot of this regulation is in place, I can almost see, and I don't know when, and this is going to be a big note for a lot of people, and I know a lot of people are going to miss this. But when a lot of these institutions are on board, I can see something happening to the space that absolutely favors them in significant ways, ultimately causing a lot of the retail market to sell off into the hands of the institutional investors that are going to be waiting with open arms. And then at that point, things will change. I think what I mean by that is, as the market continues to unfold and more institutional players enter the space, the more corporate America gets involved in the cryptocurrency space, the regulations that come about, I do believe, are going to be more in favor of these major institutions than they will ever be in favor of us small-time retail investors. And I don't know what that's going to be, and I don't know what that's going to mean But I just don't necessarily, I don't really feel that great about it, if I'm honest. I really don't. I don't know what's coming, and I don't know how it's going to be facilitated. But if this election is any clear indication as to what's to be expected in the future of anything on a national scale, I don't think it's going to be in favor of us. Again, we're just batteries for the machine. That's all we are. And you know, I don't know. And I didn't even get my actual point across very clearly. All I know is that I'm a little concerned. I really am a little concerned across the board. And the stuff that I've been seeing recently, you know, 1984, man. I mean, you check it out, read it. It's very, very scary. It's very scary. Snowden, the dollar has lost 99% of its value against Bitcoin. Bitcoin has set a new all-time high in 2020. It could potentially be close to breaking above 20,000 for the first time in its history. Along the way, since the creation of the first ever cryptocurrency, the United States dollar has lost more than 99% of its value against Bitcoin. Edward Snowden calls attention to cryptocurrency milestone. Edward Snowden is a pioneer of the privacy movement, earning substantial notoriety for leaking classified NSA documents that put a spotlight on mass surveillance going on under everyone's noses. As the internet exploded, so did the wealth of personal and private information that is made available for bad actors to take advantage of. Cryptography, the computer technology central to Bitcoin, is a solution for keeping certain information private and outside of the prying eyes and hands of government and criminals. Satoshi Nakamoto and other early Bitcoin supporters were cyberpunks, laser focused on establishing a layer of privacy over the internet, emails, and even money. The late Hal Finney, who is often suspected of being the creator of Bitcoin, was a developer of PGP, a technology called Pretty Good Privacy that is still used to encrypt emails even today. These early protectors of digital privacy, like Snowden, and their beliefs are what laid the path for Bitcoin to be created to take on the dollar and control the US because of it, and the control the US has because of it. Today, I learned the dollar has lost 99.93% of its value since 2013 relative to Bitcoin. I thought I knew how bad times had gotten, but then my wife told me they took the McChicken off the dollar menu. That's pretty funny. The dollar declines 99.93% against Bitcoin since 2013. No, we aren't referencing some crap coin that was born from an ICO, and after the crypto bubble popped, fell 99.93% against Bitcoin on their ratio. This is the US dollar, the greenback, and the global reserve currency that Bitcoin has eaten alive. Because the dollar is so dominant globally, it is the currency at which all other asset exchange rates are set. It is also the most common trading pair against crypto assets, forex, stocks, and more. It is in fact the current measure of all money. Just as Snowden says, there's been a full 99.93% decline in less than 10 years, and with Bitcoin ready to break past 20,000, the decade of the dollar's demise could end with a cryptocurrency-fueled climax and a changing of the guard in terms of a unit of account and global reserve currency. This basically brings me to the idea that what if this next bull cycle is the one that people don't cash out? What if this next bull cycle is the one that, because of all of the changes in the economy, politically, on a global level, the US dollar is no longer sought after or used? What's going to happen over the course of 2021 that maybe we end up ushering in a new era of financial stimulus, where it's no longer about checks for dollar bills anymore, and those that own cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, or other top altcoins may be the ones in a better financial position than those who have a bank full of dollars. Because quite frankly, I have been concerned. I have been concerned to some degree about what's to come. Why do I let's say I have a few Bitcoin and it ends up worth $1 million. Why cash it out? Why cash it out into something that we know is losing its value day after day after day and only continues to lose more value? Why are we all so consumed with how much Bitcoin is worth when ultimately it's Bitcoin that we all want to be utilizing for everything we buy and sell? So that's something that I definitely think about on a regular basis, because I want to know why am I worried about cashing anything out when it's like I want to be able to make purchases with Cardano when it's worth $8. I want to make purchases with Bitcoin when it's worth $300,000. I don't want to cash it out into fiat, and I don't want to wait. I don't want to like watch it peak out and everybody dumps it into fiat currency. Why? What does fiat currency have to gain for us anymore? Do you understand? So we'll have to wait and see, but that's definitely what I'm looking at, because I'm not necessarily even sold on the idea that everybody's going to need to cash out at the peak of this market. So anyway, this is actually a paid kind of promotion, a feature. This is basically but it's actually a cool project by a group that's got a lot of major support. Like I've seen some stuff where like BMW is a sponsor. This is like no small group, and it's been developed by a group of an Australian team. Now, it's developed by an Australian team with anonymous founders, okay? Because like a lot of this DeFi stuff, I guess it's cooler to be anonymous. However, they were apparently KYC'd through DistX, which is the platform that launches a lot of different token sales and DeFi apps and things like that. So apparently they've been KYC'd by this group, but it's not publicly available. And it's ultimately an esports and DeFi platform. And they're trying to basically merge the popularity in finance, decentralized finance, and esports. And if you look up GLHF, you'll see that there are a lot of videos and a lot of like big players in this I want to say arena, but I don't mean it physically. Like I'm not talking about a physical arena. So, but this is actually pretty interesting. DeFi enabled esports. GLHF aims at bringing the worlds of esports and DeFi together in a fun and interactive way. You can compete in esports tournaments for all major games or stake and bet your GLHF tokens to earn GGWP tokens. And there's a light paper. Pre-sale is about to begin. 4 rounds, 24 hours per round. First round price, $2,500. Uniswap price, $6,000. Sale information. We will be running. Let me refresh this because I want to make sure that it hasn't changed. Okay. We will be running 4 rounds at apps.distix.io. So it's all being done on Distix. First round, 50 GLHF for sale, $2,500 per GLHF, max 5 per person. Can you talk about insane and like limits? Like only 5 per person. Need to hold more than 80,000 DistX tokens to be eligible. So I've never seen anything like this. And apparently, from what I've been told, it's like there's a big lockup, so that there's no rug pull, because that's something that's just become a thing in a lot of these new DeFi applications lately. Are all these rug pulls. And so but apparently if everything is locked up, then you don't have to worry so much about that. Token distribution. GLHF tokens are minted with 500 total supply, never to be increased. 400 GLHF is reserved for sale. 8 are reserved as the top 200 DistX holder prize. 1 is reserved for DistX 50 holder lottery. 1 will be airdropped to 1 participant of all rounds of the sale. Tokens are reserved for liquidity, $300,000 worth. Tokens are reserved. I mean, this is crazy. You might want to check this out. I mean, I've never seen anything like structured quite like this. Token economics. We have 2 tokens in our ecosystem, GLHF and GGWP. Max supply of GLHF is 500, where the GGWP tokens have an ever increasing supply. GGWP tokens are used to play in premium tournaments with higher Ethereum prizes, collect Steam gift cards, and more. Wow. So it's almost like, you know, your dollar to the pennies. You can stake your GLHF tokens or liquidity in order to earn GGWP tokens. This is all starting to come to me. I'm starting to realize what they're doing here, and this is actually pretty cool. That's the equivalent of winning 1 tournament a week or 10 premium tournaments a week, respectively. So basically, they're starting off with this small number of tokens that are much more valuable than your like 0.003 cent tokens at a typical public sale. And then those tokens are being held by those who are staking them to produce the pennies that are ultimately going to be used by the mass public. That's pretty brilliant, actually. You've got to admit, like, paid promotion or not, that's pretty brilliant. I haven't seen anything like that. They're basically doing the complete opposite approach to what everybody else has done. Betting your GLHF tokens is another way to earn GGWP tokens. You can bet as many GLF tokens or part of a token against any match on GLHF. If you're unsuccessful in your bet will be burnt. If you are successful, you will earn back your GLHF tokens and GGWP. It's a real gamble. Wow. Competing. We host tournaments for all major game titles. Governance. All individuals who hold 1 token or more will be eligible to make votes in the future. Join us on Discord. Yeah, this is craziness. This is crazy. So, and then there's all the links are in the description of this video. So if you're interested and you want to go to the website, you want to learn more about it, you know, always do your own research. This sounds kind of cool. I'm not into esports gaming enough to like be super jacked up about this, but I can see what they're doing, and I think it's actually pretty interesting. What problem is GLHF trying to solve? There's one main issue we're trying to solve in the esports space: payment. For anyone who had competed in larger esports tournaments or even local tourneys, you know that payment becomes a nightmare and ongoing stress. I did not know that. In most cases, it becomes almost impossible to get what you are owed, and even then, you end up following up for weeks on end attempting to secure your winnings. So they're saying that like competitors in esports tournaments, I guess because they're all over the world and some of this stuff is done digitally and online, that they don't have a way to collect their winnings from different events. There have been many larger instances of this occurring, especially here at home in Australia, and it's one of the main discussion points when people are discussing competing. For anyone not familiar, the process is usually as follows. You sign up for a tournament, usually as part of a team. After competing, the winners are announced and everybody goes home. Sometime after the tournament, the host will usually send payment to a team manager or appointed individual who sends the amount owed to each member. However, on most occasions, one of those steps will break down and the payment has disappeared. This is what GLHF appeared to solve. In short, escrow. Okay, so GLHF acts as an escrow agency between tournament hosters and tournament competitors. We do this using smart contract automation. Once a tournament is created, all its details are secured by an SC directly on the Ethereum mainnet. There are several types of tournaments described below, but let's assume it's a paid entry tournament for this particular example. All participants want to sign up, their payment is required. That payment, usually Ethereum, is taken from their wallet and stored directly on the smart contract. The smart contract logic will automatically pay that Ether out to the tournament winner once the tournament is completed. By building GLHF in a decentralized on-chain way, it gives competitors peace of mind that there are no delays or issues with collecting your winnings, as it's all automated, something sorely missing in the space. Let's go into the particulars. So That's actually pretty cool. So basically, they're creating they're really bringing DeFi to esports gaming, and from what I'm seeing, esports is huge. I mean, it is absolutely a huge market. I've seen videos with some of these esports tournaments with like 100,000 people in attendance, and then plus all the other people watching it all over the place. I've personally never been one to want to watch a whole bunch of kids play League of Legends, but to each their own. I mean, that's the thing. And I know that there's big money, and on top of that, big sponsorship. So I'm curious if these guys, if GLHF had a way to implement even potentially like, well, I guess sponsorships are different because sponsorships are paid prior to tournaments. And I'm assuming that, you know, these guys have all sorts of sponsors for these gaming tournaments. So, yeah, but if there was a way that like sponsors could utilize these tokens to pay sponsorships as well, that could be an interesting way for these guys to generate even more of a return. GGWP tokens are our mintable currency as part of our tournament platform. You will earn GGWP tokens for doing just about everything on GLHF. You will earn them for winning tournaments, staking payouts, and betting payouts. They have an unlimited supply and are minted at the request of the GLHF SCs. This is important. The GLHF team has no control to mint GGWP tokens. This will be audited and verified before launch. Only the smart contracts can do so. Okay, Crow. Rah, read this, please. Been watching now for about 30 days. Very impressed. Bought right at 1 million ADA since following. Best content online. Thanks, brother. Now let's Crow. I had no idea what I was about to read there. But thank you, Jeff Wilhelms. I appreciate that. Imagine having the power to rule over contested tournaments. Yeah, I mean, how many of you guys in chat are like into the e-gaming sports stuff, the esports stuff? Because it looks cool. I know my stepson, he's part of like they form kind of a gaming group, and they play they did a tournament. They did one tournament. I think they actually won it, but I can't remember. It was a small local thing if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it was, I mean, it was pretty interesting, and you know, it's cool. Chico is a big fan of ADA. A big foe of ADA, but yesterday he was a little confused. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm not aware. I don't know what you're talking about. We attempt to pin the price of GGWP to keep it relatively stable. So in that effort, 300 GGWP tokens will earn you $10 Steam gift card, and it will scale from there. We are unlikely to adjust this pin, but it may be required to adjust for inflation as total supply skyrockets. There's a whole thing on how does betting work, how does governance work. So, you know, basically, guys, then this is a token sale link. So I don't need to, I'm not doing that. I don't need my wallet. Oh my gosh, Jeff, that's crazy. Thank you, man. I just saw that. Let me see here. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Oh, wow. So this has updated. So yeah, these guys completely sold out of the first round. That's nuts. They sold out of the first round of this token sale in minutes. Minutes, folks. So this is obviously a big thing. This is obviously a big thing for many. But yeah, you know, look, it's sale begins 4 rounds of the sale. I don't see anything saying when the next round begins. So, you know, I don't know. When does the next round begin? Second round, it says what, but not when. Each sale will run for 24 hours. So maybe the next round starts today. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. They didn't give me that information, so I don't know. I wish I could tell you. But I mean, look, if you're into e-gaming and you're into DeFi and you're into all of this stuff, and you like what they're trying to do, go check it out. The links are in the description. Full disclosure of like pricing and paid promotion, all that stuff's in the description of the video. I'm always very transparent, as you guys all know. But you know, do your own research, do some digging, find out if this is something that's going to benefit you, and if it is, give it a shot. Let's take a quick look at chat before I go. And Jeff Wilhelms tipped $100, man. That's crazy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Every esport I've cared about got run into the ground by something. Oh, Blizzard. Yeah, I don't know. Missed it live. Crow Army needs to come back. Yeah, well, I'm sure. Let's take a look. I'm curious to see how many people have joined the Telegram group wanting to win this wallet. Yeah, there's a good number of people. So yeah, join the Telegram group. I'll post the link. I think, is this the, yeah, there's the link again. If you're interested in winning one of these beautiful Apollo Cosmos wallets, check them out too. Like, join the Telegram group, and I will just be randomly selecting people from my Telegram group I'll say, hey, this is Crow. And I'll probably grab your, don't send, you know, trying to think. I'm not sure 100% how I'm going to do this, because I know there are going to be people on Telegram impersonating me saying, hey, give me your phone number. Hey, give me this. Hey, give me that. I'll have to figure out a different way of doing it. But I will announce it, and you'll know it's me when I do it. 60-year-old geezer here trying to wrap my head around this concept of crypto in general. Elastos, any thoughts? It hasn't done much. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. Let's see. I don't know what the hell. He will cry later, as he is a big enemy of Ada and Charles. Oh. You know, I still don't know. I still don't know, and I'll never fully understand Chico's hatred of Cardano. I really don't. I don't understand it. But I mean, to each their own, man. I mean, he's got his own favorite projects, and it is what it is. Chico is worried about his words against Ada in the past, and see his yesterday video. Totally different words. Yeah, I mean, listen, when you kind of build your YouTube career by just fudding everybody, slandering everybody, defaming everybody, throwing out constant words like scam, scammer, trash, this, that, and you're just negative all across the board, and you happen to be popular on YouTube because of the content you put out, you just rack up so much liability that can come bite you any day. And I'm aware of some things that have happened, and he got off very, very lucky. Something tells me something else is coming, and he's not going to be so lucky. I'm not going to say anything about anything. I don't know anything I'm talking about, but if I were him, I would probably just shut down and move. And I'm sure he's going to catch wind of this, but I'm serious. I know what's happening, and he's. It's sad, honestly. It's sad because I just, you know, you can't do that with people, man. You can't just constantly crap all over people, spread rumors, spread lies, and it doesn't matter how passionate you are about something one way or the other. You know, you definitely have a responsibility, man. And it's like, I've always said I wish everybody could just get along, but I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see, but yeah, it's all senseless. There's no need for any of it. I haven't watched any of his videos in quite a while. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But if what I think is coming comes, it's gonna be a rough day. It's definitely gonna be a rough day. Haters be hating. Karma. Now his stance has changed to buy ADA. Wait a minute, what? Now his stance is changed to buy ADA. I'm sure in his next video he will ask to buy ADA. I don't know, man. Hey Crow, what do you think about Decred? I don't know much about Decred. Been stacking, love staking on the Crow node. Thanks, man. Yeah, we're reaching saturation, so I'm still waiting on the next node to go live. So we're working on that. But yeah, look, in a perfect world, I would absolutely love to see all of the YouTubers that are out there working together in some way, supporting each other. Like we have all made mistakes. We have not all been right about everything. It's impossible to be. And I would love to see Chico do more positive stuff without all of the anger and the frustration and the lashing out and the accusations. And all. You don't need to do that when his content is good. And I don't know how many people he has on his team. I don't know what all he's got going on, but I've watched some of his videos, and his videos are really good. There's just no reason for all the hate. There's no reason whatsoever for all the hate. It doesn't put you on a pedestal. It doesn't make you look like you're all seeing. It doesn't do any of that. It creates a stigma, and ultimately there's no reason why everybody can't be working together. I mean, we're all here for the same reason. And I believe that ultimately the war we're fighting isn't about or between each other. And it should definitely not be about a YouTuber versus a project, or a YouTube guy and a project CEO. You know, it's like, what is the reason for all of that? It's unnecessary. And you don't need that element of drama to get popularity or to be listened to. Your content is good enough that you don't need to resort to that kind of stuff and really risk yourself. It's yeah. He's not as negative as you are talking about. You're yeah, okay. I'll leave that one alone. Go watch more of his videos. I staked in your pool last week. That's cool. You will understand why he is taking a U-turn. I don't know. I have no idea. I wasn't aware he was making a U-turn. Please, Crow, see his yesterday video on ADA. I guess I'll check it out. He's not as negative as you were talking about. Who is he talking about? He comes across a bit smuckish, but not this bad. You know, I've been familiar with him for years now. So, you know, maybe he's turning a corner, and that would be wonderful. Honestly, maybe he's growing out of just being mean all the time. I don't know. And if he is, good on him. Honestly, I would like to like him. I genuinely would like to like him. But some people just make it so difficult. Guys, big institutions open mouth at 18,830 to sell all Bitcoin without increased price. I don't even know what that's coming from. I'm learning as bot. Thanks, Crypto Crow. You're welcome. You're welcome. Have you already talked about GLHF? Yes, I've talked about it at length. And they sold out of their first round of their token sale in minutes, and they're getting ready for their second round. Links are in the description. Go check it out. If you're interested in it, go check it out. I'll go ahead and I'm going to cut this video. People grow, Crow. You know that. I get it. Yeah, I hope so. Listen, I want nothing but the best for everybody. I truly, truly, truly do. I don't hold grudges personally. You know, we all have bad days. We all have bad months. We all have bad years, whatever the case may be. I don't hold grudges. Everybody needs to get along and work together. And I truly, truly believe that. Me personally, I am way too old to give two shits. I mean, truly, one of my best friends just died last week at 43 in his prime, you know, healthy, jiu-jitsu. I think he got his black belt recently. Like, you know, one of the best fighters in the area just died of a heart attack for no reason at all. It's like life is too short to continue being caught up in negative bullshit. You know, we have to just let stuff go and move on and move forward and try to work together and help each other. And I know that sounds hippie-ish. I'm not even a hippie. It's just we have to come to a point where our goal and our mission in life is more important for the greater scheme for everybody than it is just ourselves. This isn't just about us. You know, this is much bigger than us as individuals. So, you know, like, yeah, man, I hope everything works out, and I hope everything turns around and everybody can just live harmoniously, because there's no reason for everybody to be at each other's throats. We're all here for the same reason. We want to make money, educate people so that they make money, and we all want to build something new together and just create this era of disruption that we can all take part in and say, I was there at the beginning, I helped build it, I was a part of this from the very early on. And that's all there is to it. So until next time, guys, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you so much. Love you, miss you, mean it. Let me know in the comments what you think about everything I've discussed in this video. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and send me on my way to 100,000 subscribers, because I think it's long overdue personally, but only you can tell me that. Till next time, guys, see you soon.